So friends, while Donald Trump's foot soldiers, the folks he told to attack the Capitol on January 6th, go to prison, Donald goes out for ice cream. Let's talk about that, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So friends, I want to knock out just a short Justice Matters video today, and then I'd like to move on to two quick announcements about two new projects. First, there are days when the unfairness, the disparity of treatment between the rich, the influential, the connected on the one hand, and the regular folk, the not rich, the not connected, the not influential on the other. There are days when that unfairness, that disparity, just knocks the justice wind out of me. And today was one of those days. And it was prompted by some posts that I saw of Donald Trump going to an ice cream parlor, enjoying himself a cone. When I saw that he had posted those pictures of himself just, carefree, footloose, enjoying himself some ice cream at his pleasure, it prompted me to post the following. How nice that the guy who tried to violently overthrow our democracy is out getting ice cream, while many of the people who followed his orders to attack the U.S. Capitol to stop the steal are in prison. The deference we show to the ruling class criminals is sickening. I use that word sickening advisedly. It's not just unfair, it's not just wrong, it's not just depressing. It is sickening. Here's all I want to say. Come on, Special Counsel Jack Smith. Come on, District Attorney Fani Willis. Even come on, District Attorney Alvin Bragg. Come on, prosecutors of our once great nation. The country needs you. We, the people, need you to do justice. Because justice matters. Now, friends, let me move on to two quick announcements. First of all, I finally started an audio podcast. So many of you have reached out over the years and said, videos are great, but I don't always watch YouTube videos. Is there any way you can do an audio podcast so that I can listen, in the car or at work? Or while I'm on the treadmill, et cetera, et cetera. And I very much appreciate people expressing their interest. And I finally broke down and worked with a team who has now helped me put out a podcast. There are 3 episodes a week. The weekend episode, the first of which just posted, is a long format audio podcast. I worked real hard to come up with a creative name for it, and I settled on Justice Matters. Now, where have I heard that title before? I guess there's something to be said for consistency in the name across the projects and across the various platforms. So for those of you who generally tune in and watch my Justice Matters videos on YouTube, I just wanted to give you a heads up that the audio podcast will post 3 times a week, twice during the week and once on the weekend. The first weekend podcast just posted, and I would invite you to give it a listen and send me some feedback. Let me know what you think. The weekend episode will be an original content, long format episode. I actually mix in a good bit of my own backstory and history and professional life and personal life. And I also talk about the biggest breaking stories of the week, kind of, what they were, what they mean, and what they suggest moving forward. And then the second half of each long format weekend episode will be taking on some big issue. Typically, it's going to involve some issue of reform, whether it is police reform or criminal justice reform or reforming the courts or reforming ethics in government. Yeah, there's a big topic, right? But I often say we need a renaissance of ethics in government. And when I talk about these different kinds of reform, I'm going to be talking about solutions that are imminently doable. Not all of them, necessitating an act of Congress, though some of them do necessitate acts of Congress. And I can't wait to talk about how I believe we need to modify the oath of office, which would require amending a federal statute, because the oath of office that we take once we enter federal government service or military service, the language is set by statute and it can be amended, and there's one easy and important way to amend it that will undoubtedly promote ethics in government. I'm going to be talking about that next weekend. But when I'm talking about these reform efforts, they're going to be doable. They're not going to be pie in the sky, the reform that is beyond our reach. They're going to be doable if we have the political will to do it. It's a big if, I know. And then the 2 episodes that post during the week, I just want to let you know, they're going to be compilations of the Justice Matters videos that I post here on YouTube. So it will be audio only, but it will be strung together with some segues in there, maybe 2 or 3 of my Justice Matters videos. We'll take the audio, we'll put it on the podcast episodes that drop during the week, and then the weekend is the all original content. So I welcome you to give it a listen, and you can find it, as they say, wherever you ordinarily go for your podcasts. And then the final announcement I want to make is, after leaving the federal government, after retiring from the Department of Justice back in June of 2018, going on 5 years ago now, where does the time go? I finally got around to putting together a website. So if you're interested in visiting my website, I would invite you to do that. I had some terrific help putting it together. It's glennkirshner.com. If ever there was a name that was not terribly inventive or creative, but hopefully there's an ease of recognition for anybody who wants to find my website, glennkirshner.com. I hope you'll go and check it out. It just launched in recent days. So thank you for indulging me those 2 announcements. 1, the Justice Matters audio podcast, and 2, the new website, trying to find different ways of getting the word out, different ways of continuing to build team justice, and different ways to continue to do justice in a time when, justice can sometimes seem to be in short supply. And as we know, say it with me, friends, justice matters. Friends, please stay safe. Please stay tuned. And I look forward to talking with you again soon.